welcome back to my channel. My name is Kendall and this is Ken's Corner, and I'm so happy to have you here with me today. So today's video is going to be in the spirit of Christmas, in the spirit of all the bookmas I'm seeing. So I do have a little drink, gotta love a good Dutch Bros moment. So today's video is going to be reading a bunch of holiday romances, and I'm so excited because the only thing that I love more than a good fall romance is a Christmas romance. So I've got quite the TBR. I don't know how much I'm going to read. I don't know how many of these I'm going to read. I'm going to talk about them in the order that I'm going to try to prioritize them, but at the end of the day, I am through and through a mood reader, so we'll see what happens. So we've got The Gingerbread Bakery by Lori Gilmore. I have fun with these. What can I say? I have fun with Dream Harbor, so I've got this one. I am almost done with it. And then I have How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I'm very curious about this one. I meant to read it last year, so hopefully that'll be the next book that I pick up once I complete The Gingerbread Bakery. Then I have Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace. I'm not as excited about this one as I was to start because I have either heard nothing or not so good reviews of this book. It's kind of getting to me. Like, normally I will see those reviews and I'm like, okay, I'll still see what I think about it. But this one bums me out because I love Hannah Grace's Maple Hill series, and now to hear that this one's not so good by people who are also saying, I like Maple Hills, but I did not like this one. No, I was so looking forward to this book, so I'm still going to plan to read it. We'll see what happens. And then I've got Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh. I have yet to read a Catherine Walsh romance, but I was watching Ellen Catherine. I'll put her up on the screen. She read this one and absolutely loved it, and I have found myself very much aligned in a lot of my tastes as her. I'm very hopeful that I will highly enjoy this. And then The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling. It's just a quick, fun little romp of a time, and it will be a reread for me, so it'll be very easy for me to just fly through a few pages in, like probably 30 pages in. When I last talked to y'all, I have read a chunk and a half of this book since then, and I'm hoping to finish the rest of it today because I really want to get started on the next one. But if you don't know about this book, if you don't know anything about the Dream Harbor series, it's just a small town romance series. Each one basically follows either a season or a holiday. But you have the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is a cozy fall read. The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, same situation. The Christmas Tree Farm is another Christmassy read. Strawberry Patch Pancake House is like a springtime read. And then of course the Gingerbread Bakery, which is, it looks like it should be a Christmas read, but other than mentioning little things like going to look at lights and stuff like that, it's very much focused on the wedding of the couple from the first book. That's the main focus. It's not giving Christmas the way I was expecting, which is not a deterrent for me, but it's just something to be mindful of if you're looking at this as a Christmas read for the month of December. That being said, this is a then and now timeline. You're following Annie and Mac in the past, where you're figuring out what happened between them to cause the animosity that their now selves are dealing with in the present timeline. I gotta say, it's kind of crazy because, okay, so they saw each other, they dated, if you will, for about a month, 10 years prior. They were 19, now they're like 29, 30. And the first thing that gets me is how absolutely angry Annie is at Mac for the way he up and left 10 years prior. Like, to let him know that it's still bothering you now, 10 years later? What? As someone in my early 30s, anything that happened 10 years ago, I don't know her. Like, the me that I was 10 years ago, I don't know her. So, like, now reading this book of someone who's almost 30, I'm like, huh? And not in a bad way. I would say it's a little dramatic because of just how frustrated Annie seems to be with Mac, but he keeps trying to talk to her and she keeps shutting him down. And I understand, yes, he hurt her in the past. I am having a good time with this. It's sitting 3.5, somewhere in there. Possibly 4 depending on the ending, but for it to be a 4, they're gonna have to have a conversation that I'm not sure is gonna be written in here. So that's gonna be the deciding factor for me. I'm between a 3.5 and a 4. Right now, I'm between a 3.5. All right, guys, so just got home from work. I think you can see his tail. But while I was at work today, I did finish the last little bit of the Gingerbread Bakery while I was eating. And honestly, I think it's one of my favorites of the overall series. I don't understand the part where the octogenarian gets lost. I don't understand what the point of that was, other than to make them have some alone time, which I guess, never mind, that's the point. I don't know. I definitely liked Mac more than I liked Annie, which is honestly wild because normally I like the FMC more than I like the MMC. Not always, but usually. Or I'm just obsessed with both of them. But she was just so like, no, 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 no. Anytime he tried to have a conversation. And I literally mean anytime he tried to have a conversation, which I also get because he hurt her, but not hearing him out after 11 years is kind of wild. It's a wild take. But then also not hearing him out after 11 years in the last chapter, not the epilogue, but the last chapter, she literally says something like, "You're my person, you're someone I can trust and love." Except you never heard him out about why he hurt you. I don't know. They never had that conversation, and that kind of bugged me. Ultimately, I do believe I'm settling on a 3.5 star for this one. I've got to decide what my next read is going to be. I am between this one and How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. I'm between these two. Not sure which one I'm going to read yet. This one worries me because now that I've seen a couple people talk about it, it hasn't been the most glowing of reviews. But I also do know that Wildfire by Hannah Grace is a lot of people's least favorite of that trilogy, and it's my favorite. So I'm very curious, very nervous about this one. I'm just thinking how My Neighbor Stole Christmas is just going to be a fun little romp of a time. Next time I talk to y'all and be able to tell y'all how far I got and which book I chose. For now, I'm going to watch a little bit of Bookmas because I had to work all day, so I ain't watched any of the videos that came out today. So I really wish I had a really good reading update. I have been working on How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I'm definitely not reading as much because I have so many videos that I want to put out, and it's kind of bothering me a little bit. Not because it's truly, like, it is so inconsequential how many books I read in a given month, a given week, a given year. Like, that doesn't matter. And I've read 100 books this year. Like, I've read a lot. Even if I finish nothing else this month. But, like, I'm just, like, looking at my shelves and I'm like, I want to read you. But I need to read you, and you before the end of the year. Or before Christmas. But then I want to read you, and you, like right now. And then don't get me started on the fact that editing still takes me so long. I think I've said that before, and I'm not complaining because this is so much fun. I want to continue to do this. I'm very much enjoying doing this. I want to build to be part of the bookish community online. But working 50 plus hours a week right here at the holidays as someone who works in grocery retail, it's not for the faint of heart. Like today, I have been sitting here editing for the past couple hours because I still haven't put out the video that I was supposed to put out last Saturday, or this past Saturday. I also have not even started editing the one that I'm supposed to put out tomorrow. But there's one thing about me, I love a good plan. I have these, like, I have it planned out what I want to do, and then I end up being a little bit behind, which again, it's fine because I'm getting the hang of this, like figuring it out, still learning how I'm editing, things like that. But like, I have to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning, which means I've got to get to bed at a decent time. But now I've got like these videos to edit, want to continue this because this is a Christmas read. Other than the editing side of this and having the time to edit to get it up, I struggle with posting on Instagram and TikTok. I love posting on YouTube. I just had to vent a little. I don't want it to come across as I'm complaining. Now to talk about How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. So I have officially decided I believe Megan Quinn's writing is not for me. I am pushing on with the story because I love the aspect of this. I love the Grinch. Love the Grinch. So I love that kind of play that's going on in this book. But this will be my third Megan Quinn read, and it's been either I didn't like it or it's okay, it was fun. And that's the one that I think this is falling in because the story behind this one is, it's doing it. I don't even know if I'm going to read Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal. I'm definitely not this year. I might next year. We'll see. We will see. I will say, if you've read this and the little like rhyme that's going through the whole thing, it's so very fun. I do want to finish this book just to see how I feel about it. I'm having a lot of fun with it overall, and that's truly what matters at the end of the day when it comes to a book that I'm reading, you know? Hi guys, it's been a couple days. It's been several days honestly, but I did end up finishing How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn, and I don't know how I feel about it honestly. honestly, in some ways, I highly enjoyed it. In other ways, it wasn't for me. I will say, as a baby millennial, the humor was there. If you don't like millennial humor, you're not going to like Megan Quinn. I do think I am going to give a couple more books of hers a chance because I don't know. I don't know. I do know that the Vacation Wars or whatever I read by her wasn't for me. I DNF'd that book. This one was a 3.5 star. My favorite part though was the whole like Christmas competition. That was adorable. But then it was a slow burn, but it wasn't, because it went from like slow burn to like they're burning hot in like no time. Like they had a conversation that was needed and did do wonders, but then it's like after that conversation they were all in. I had fun with it. I do think I recommend it overall. I'm very curious about Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal, because I'm pretty sure it's between Taryn and Max. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure how I'd feel about Max or Taryn as a main character, but we'll see. If I don't read it in December, we'll decide next year if I read it or not. The next book I'm gonna read is The Wedding Witch by Aaron Sterling. This is my buddy read with my best friend. I do want to go ahead and read The Wedding Witch because it is a holiday. As you can see, it's like the holiday times. This one is following Bowen, and if you've read the first book, it's Tamsin. That's the main female character, is Tamsin. So this is gonna be a reread for me, but like the first few lines of the back of this book. Bowen Penhallow has always been a loner, studying dark and ancient magic on a mountaintop in Wales. He prefers it that way, but when his friend Declan, who happens to be a ghost, asks him to attend a Yuletide wedding at a grand estate deep in the Welsh countryside, Bowen reluctantly agrees. Tamsin Blythe is not a witch, but she makes her living off them. As a procurer and seller of magical items, Tamsin is not always above board in business dealings. We already know that though. But she's trying to fix that now. Like in this book, she's trying to fix that. Bowen is an occasional customer, as well as the star of several of Tamsin's dirtiest dreams. But she's been around enough witches to know that as a human, getting involved with one is not the smartest idea. She's finagled an invite to the witchy wedding of the century in the hopes of finally making a score big enough to retire. Just one priceless magical artifact from Tywell House would set her up for life. There's some goings on getting ready for this wedding, and of course, they've got to figure it out because who else would? I am going to listen to this on audio because that's just how I prefer reading these books. I do, yes, have the shelf trophies. I do have the physical copies, but I do definitely prefer these in audio. They're so much fun to just listen and fly through and just like keep it going. I'm about to be out of the house for a little bit because I am going to the gym. I'm gonna run some errands, and I've got a little bit of driving to do and such, so I'm going to listen to this while doing it. I don't think I'll finish it while I'm out and about, but I will finish it today because me being me, I always binge through the audiobooks of these just because I pop it in and go, and then I just keep going until it stops. I do have an upper body day, so it's very easy for me to listen to an audiobook while at the gym, and this is a reread for me. So with that though, I'm gonna head out to the gym. So I got a car mount for my phone, not thinking about the material of my dash, so funky angles coming at you and crazy sunlight also. But I have officially dropped off my return to go back. I have worked out. It was so nice to be back in the gym after so much time off. I'm also about a little less than 50% into The Wedding Witch, and I am loving it. Like, I know it's fun, and I know these are literally just fun, good times. They're not anything serious. But I really have no way to describe them other than they're a fun, good time. That is it. Like, they're not the best books ever. They're not the best written books. But they're just a fun, nonsensical time. And that's what this is giving. And yeah. It is very much a December read because it is around Yule and Christmas. I'm having fun with it, and I really just wanted to test out this stand and to see how it goes talking to y'all while driving, and if I can even handle the angle that I know that it will be while I'm like looking at the road. I'm going to the grocery store now. I'm going to continue listening because I have a feeling I will have this finished in the next few hours because I'm not gonna stop. I'm so excited because I am gonna make like a chicken tortellini soup, and I'm so excited because, you know, it's below 60 degrees here in Alabama, so it's cold. It's not cold, but we are supposed to be seeing another cold snap soon, and I've been having a hankering for soup, so of course I'm going to, like, while I'm off, I'm gonna get the stuff to make one. I'm here to end off this reading vlog, but yeah, so I'd already talked about How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, but I did end up fully binging through this book yesterday. I actually enjoyed this story with Tamsin and Bowen more this time around than I did last year when I read it. Also, I think it's wild. So last year, according to Goodreads, I logged that I read it December 11th and 12th. Well, yesterday was December 11th and I read the book. So exactly a year later, I liked it more this go around. I did not like it. I gave it a 4-star last time I read it. I don't know. They got me a little more this time. Watching them like go back in time, having to find their way back and different things like that. And then like the full circle moment with a very specific character. Not gonna say who, but if you've read it, I feel like you're gonna know who I'm talking about. Overall, I do recommend this whole series, honestly. But let me be very frank with you. These are not the best written books. They're not even the greatest books or anything like that. They're just a fun, whimsical time. A little cozy, small town, witchy romance series. And that's exactly what you get, which finishes off this vlog. I will be reading more Christmas romances, of course, because I mean, it's not Christmas yet. So to start the video, I read The Gingerbread Bakery by Lori Gilmore. I had fun watching these two fall back in love. I love second chance romances, so. Then I read How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I'm not sure, I'm still on the fence on that one, on if I really liked it or not. I don't know how to explain it because I did have fun, but I also had moments of I just want to put this book down and not pick it back up. But then I wanted to know more, and then I didn't care, and then it just went back and forth for me. And then The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling. But those are the 3 books that I read, and I had so much fun with them. I know there's a third one here. Yeah, but it was a fun reading vlog. I love Christmas romances, so every year I'm going to have a shelf full to pick from. But without further ado, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these, what you think of them. Have a wonderful morning, evening, or night whenever you're watching this video. Have a great day on purpose. Be kind to everyone, and happy reading. Bye guys.